and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Okay, so today's video is going to be a little different than my normal furniture makeover and tutorials, but I promise you it's still going to be informative and educational. All right, let's start off with this, my story. How did I get started doing this? Before we dive into the can you actually make this a sustainable income and a business, let me just let you meet my team. Now that you've met my team, let me show you where it all happens. Now let's go back to the beginning. How did I get started flipping furniture? Well, I needed something to do. I needed a hobby. Our kids were growing and didn't need us as much. I was working full time. For those of you that don't know, I worked full time for 20 years as a real estate appraiser. I picked up doing the furniture painting after I tried my hand at painting my own cabinets in my kitchen. I figured I would never do that again, but maybe I could do something on a smaller scale, furniture. So my journey began. Okay, so it all started with one piece of furniture. I bought a piece off of Craigslist for $40. I turned around, cleaned it, sanded it, painted it, waxed it, put it back up for sale, and within the same weekend that I listed it, it sold, which kind of gave me an indication I probably sold it too cheap. Of course I did. I had no idea what I was doing. I knew how to paint. That was about the only thing I knew. And here we are, 8 years later, 1,300 pieces later, and I've completely grown my business into something that is a self-sustaining, successful furniture refinishing business. I absolutely love what I do. About 2 years ago, my business started to take a turn. It's 2023. So I was going crazy refinishing furniture. On average, I was doing about 25 pieces a month. That's crazy. That's a lot of furniture. Now keep in mind, I was still working full time. I just recently, in 2020, made my business full time. Now, some of you might ask, 2020, what happened to your business? Did you succeed? I mean, you took it full time at the pandemic? I did. As a matter of fact, 2020 was one of my busiest years because everything was closed. People would mask up, they would stay 6 feet apart, and I'd sell my furniture. The other thing is I teach a lot of one-on-ones virtually. The coolest part, I've taught all over the world. I've taught in the UK, I've taught in Australia. I love the fact that I can reach so many people and help educate getting started with this. So don't feel like you need to just figure it all out on your own. There is so much information out there, which brings me back to my beginning. 8 years ago, there wasn't half of the things that are available out there now on social media. It has evolved and grown so much. So here's what I'm gonna tell you. Yes, you can absolutely 1,000%, because I'm a great example of that, make money working from home, whether you wanna do it for extra money. Maybe you have some debt you need to pay off. Maybe you have a vacation that you'd love to go on. Maybe you just want to contribute to your household. Maybe you just want something for yourself. All of those things can be achieved by flipping furniture. The biggest question that I get asked today is, isn't it a saturated market? Aren't there too many people doing it? Probably, but guess what? People will come to you for you. not just your finished piece of furniture. I tell people this all the time. I can be right next door to somebody that does the exact same thing I do, but guess what? We're gonna have different styles. We're gonna have different personalities. People will go to you when they know you, they like you, and they trust you. I have so many repeat clients that I can't even begin to tell you how happy that makes me. My business is solely referral. So here's the thing I'm gonna tell you. You can make money doing this. How do you do it? Where do you get started? Start small. The biggest advice that I can give to you is do not overwhelm yourself. Do not compare yourself. Don't compare yourself to somebody that's been in this business for years. You're just starting. Start small. You don't need all the fancy things that all of the influencers have out there. That is the one thing I will tell you that I did, and I will still tell people today. Just because I have some fancy tool that costs $1,500, it doesn't mean you need one. For years, I worked with my husband's tools, and then I slowly graduated and upgraded. When I started making more money is when I started spending and investing more money in myself. So start small. Start with one piece. Where do you find your pieces? Craigslist, OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace. There are so many places to find used furniture. Buy good quality pieces of furniture. And what I mean by that is don't buy the IKEA brand furniture. Buy solid wood. Buy pieces that have been around a long time, and they're going to be around a long time after you refinish them. Quality attracts people. They want quality pieces. Start with one paint brand. Pick a brand. There are so many out there to choose from, but don't overwhelm yourself. Which one is best? Which one should I do? Find something that might be local to you where you can go in and you can see it, touch it, feel it. Get a really good idea about the product. And then you get to work. You start painting. Now here's the thing I'm gonna tell you. Again, you don't need all the things. You don't even know. I didn't know. I knew how to paint a wall, which meant I knew how to paint a piece of furniture. Easy peasy, right? Well, not exactly, but you learn as you go. The greatest thing is you have YouTube and you have me. I have tons of free YouTube videos, everything from, sanding wood to painting furniture and everything in between. Plus, there are so many other artists out there that have YouTube channels that are helpful. That's free, right? I also, like I said, I offer one-on-ones. Many people offer one-on-ones, so you can pay for the training. I offer classes. You can pay for classes. I keep my classes affordable. They're virtual classes too, so you watch them at your own pace. There are so many ways to learn how to do it. Just dive in and do it. Now, the biggest question that's on most people's mind is, how much money am I gonna make? That depends on you. What I will tell you is, whether it's a side hustle or full-time, it's work. Don't be mistaken. Earning this kind of money is not gonna be having you sit behind the computer for hours on end inputting data. This is a physical job. Refinishing furniture is physical. So, the amount of money you make, it's all gonna depend on you. And when I say that, it means how many pieces of furniture can you possibly finish in a month? What's your market like? What can you charge for furniture? Let me give you a great example. The piece sitting right behind me, that's for sale right now for $550. That's about the average price that I get in my area for a refinished piece. What did I buy it for? I bought it for $100. So I've got $400 in profit. Well, not exactly, because you got to remember, you've got your time and you've got your product costs. But still, starting small, don't start with something like this, and build up. And the more you do, the more you make. So you do the math. I don't do 25 pieces now. I've obviously scaled back because my business has gone in different directions now, with it being a lot of online services. I average now about 10 to 15 pieces a month. If you can push any of those numbers, figure out what your average cost of your sale is gonna be, that's what you're gonna make in a month. So whether you're looking for the extra money or to turn this into a full-time sustainable business, Start small and graduate. And you'll figure out real soon, if this is something you love doing, like I discovered, then you will be successful no matter what you do. All right, I'm gonna end on this note here. And you can disagree with me if you want. This is solely my opinion. And that's the greatest thing about living in this world, is that we all can be entitled to our own opinions. This phrase, you will never work a day in your life if you love what you do. I disagree with that. I work really hard. I work smart, but I work hard at what I do. Building my business, refinishing my furniture, it's hard work. Nobody's gonna do it for you. You're gonna have to do the work. You can do 15 beautiful pieces a month, but selling them is gonna be hard work. You have got to be out there hustling and selling your items and selling your business. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this video was helpful for you, and thank you for being subscribers. If you aren't subscribed, make sure you go hit that subscription button as well as the post notification bell so you know when all of my latest videos are released. If you have any positive comments or questions, make sure you leave them down below. I love engaging with you and I'll answer your questions always. Until the next video, I'll see you next time.